This video is all about Ethereum. We're going to look at the charts, we're going to look at some data, and we're going to try and look at how high ETH can go this bull run and why it's a good indicator to look at for the rest of the crypto cycle, because as long as ETH still has higher to go, I think the altcoins have a lot higher to go, and there's still time left in this bull run. What's up guys, Dirk here from intelligentcryptocurrency.com. Welcome to the channel. If you are new, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you do get all my future updates. And if you want to get an email every time I upload a new video, simply get on my email list by clicking the first link in the description below. Sign up for my free crypto masterclass, and that way you also get on my email list and I can notify you via email every time I upload a new video. Alright, so Ethereum has been very interesting, and the price of ETH has been lagging a lot in my opinion. We're seeing a lot of coins that are already back up to multiples of their old all-time high. Even Bitcoin has already 3x'd the 2017 all-time high, which was, let's round it up to $20,000. Bitcoin has already hit 60,000, whereas Ethereum, the Ether, hasn't even hit 2x the previous high. Now, the previous high back in January of 2018 was about $1,420. So even just a 2x would be $2,840. We are currently, as I'm making this video, at $2,139, right? So there is still a huge amount of potential upside. Later on in this video, we are also going to look at some other people's projections from ETH going as high as $20,000 per ETH, potentially this bull run, and then I'm also going to share my own thoughts on that. So purely just based on what I shared with you about Bitcoin having 3x the old high, I think Ethereum should do the same, which would make it 4,260 on the low end, just to do what Bitcoin has already done. Bitcoin hit the 60k level, but we're expecting Bitcoin to potentially go to, I don't know, 150, 200, maybe even $300,000 at some point in this bull run, right? And if that happens, well then if Ethereum would have to do the same, then we might potentially be looking at much higher prices than this. But on the low end, I would personally expect Ethereum to hit at least the $4,000 per ETH level in this bull run before this bull run is over. Now what we're seeing is we're actually seeing a lot of accumulation of ETH happening behind the scenes, and this has been happening for months. You can see over here, this was posted on April 3rd, so a week ago. $800 million in Ethereum just left crypto exchanges and likely massive institutional accumulation. So institutions have been buying Bitcoin in huge quantities, but the second on the list is of course the second biggest crypto, which is ETH. So while it is not as public and there is not as much news and headlines about institutions accumulating ETH, it is definitely happening. If you look at, for example, just even the grayscale reports, there's also a significant percentage of the assets under management that is in ETH. It's not 100% Bitcoin, right? So there is large accumulation of ETH happening even by institutional clients. You can see over here in a new tweet, head of the blockchain data provider suggests the 400 ETH worth $800 million moving out of US-based crypto exchange may have been fueled by institutional demand for the second largest crypto by market cap. And then if we look at some data here, so for example, Glassnode is very good with their on-chain analytics and their data, and you can see over here, the ETH, the number of addresses holding 0.1 ETH reached an all-time high. So you can see the amount of addresses that are increasing, meaning more and more people are starting to buy some ETH and hold it in their wallets, right? ETH amount of supply last active 3 to 5 year reached a 7-month low. Again, meaning people are buying their ETH and they are not moving it. They're not selling it. They're not doing anything with it. Showing that, there's accumulation. People are buying more ETH and they're not doing anything with it. ETH hash rate has just reached an all-time high. Previous all-time high was observed on the 8th of April. You can see over here, the total value in ETH 2.0 deposit contract has reached an all-time high. Once again, showing that people who have their ETH are locking it up in the ETH 2.0 deposit contract, reducing the amount of supply of ETH available. And again, if there is increasing demand and decreasing supply, at some point, the price of ETH has to go up in an enormous way to compensate for that. You can see over here, as more capital is rotating into ETH, the fundamentals are looking strong. Future open interest all-time high. Active addresses, 3-year all-time high. Exchange balances still downtrending. Supply locking up at a fast pace. And that's pretty much what I just shared with you. Again, it just shows it in a different way, but you can see the open interest, number of active addresses, the balance on exchanges is declining, and the percent of supply locked up in smart contracts is also increasing. Then one major upgrade that is coming for Ethereum is called EIP 1559, and it is set to be activated in July. So what is EIP 1559? It is a proposal most of the miners are against. The developers agreed that EIP 1559 will be activated in July. The Ethereum development proposal was agreed to go live with the London hard fork in July at the meeting amongst Ethereum developers today, and this was published on March the 5th, right? So the proposal aims to make Ethereum transactions more efficient. Thus, it is aimed to greatly reduce transaction costs and improve the overall user experience of Ethereum. The update to be brought will allow for transactions with fewer fees on Ethereum, while at the same time reducing the supply of ETH. So obviously a big problem right now with ETH is the gas costs, especially if you do any transactions on Uniswap and with smart contracts. The price of a transaction can run into the hundreds of dollars, which just makes it unaffordable for mass usage, and this is going to help reduce that. So as time goes on, and hopefully the scaling issues and the gas costs get solved, ETH is going to become more and more efficient, meaning more and more can be built on it, and thus the value is likely to increase in the long term. Raoul Pal predicts that Ethereum could hit $20,000 per ETH. So Raoul, if you haven't heard of him, investment strategy and co-founder and CEO of Real Vision, believes that Ethereum's second largest cryptocurrency by market cap will perform better than Bitcoin in the coming years. Ethereum could hit $20,000 this cycle. So he's saying this cycle, and that is quite a huge bet. That is almost 10x from today's prices. Then we have Mark Cuban, who's talking about that the price of ETH will overtake Bitcoin. So he's not giving a prediction in terms of an actual figure for Ethereum, but he's saying that's going to be bigger than Bitcoin. And then we have two other really optimistic bets here. So how much will Ethereum be worth in 5 years? So the price of Ethereum over the next 5 to 10 years will depend on the progress, obviously, in adoption in DeFi. But Brian Schuster, the head founder of solutions at Arc Capital LLC, predicts that in 10 years, ETH will reach $100,000 per coin. That is insane. That is still about a 50x from today's prices. And Dan Morehead, CEO of Pantera Capital, believes that ETH will reach 6 figures in 10 years. And then we have Nigel Green, founder of DeVere Group, believes Ethereum will go from $2,500 to $100,000 during the bull market that will come after the ongoing one. So he's talking about the next cycle. So those are obviously insane predictions. He's saying basically that's going to happen in the next, or if we consider the next cycle, maybe it's 4 years, but maybe it's 8 years from now. But in the next 10 years, $100,000 per ETH, like that's pretty nuts. And even if it only goes to half of that, say it goes to $50,000, it would be pretty nice to have a bunch of ETH at those prices, right? So there are some crazy predictions, 20,000 all the way up to 100,000. Like I've personally said, I think on the low end, we should see at least $4,000 per ETH, which is only not even a 2x from this point, purely just to be able to catch up with what Bitcoin has already done. But if Bitcoin is going to continue higher and hit that potentially $150,000 to $300,000 this cycle, which is still possible, we have to see when we get a parabolic blow off. If that's going to happen, well then ETH could indeed go a lot higher. I think it might actually be able to get close to the $10,000 level per ETH. 20,000, I am really not sure about that. Raoul Pal seems to be pretty confident. Personally, I'll have to see it to believe it. But I believe somewhere between $4,000 and $10,000 per ETH is possible this cycle, meaning that there is still a 2 to 5x potential upside left on ETH, which means if that's going to happen with ETH, what do you think is going to happen with the rest of the altcoins that are much smaller in market cap? That means I think if ETH is going to do a 5x from here and hit $10,000, I think there's going to be altcoins that are going to do 10x, 20x, 50x, 100x, and there is huge potential upside. And obviously none of this is guaranteed. Okay, we're all just making projections based on previous data, trying to estimate where we are in the cycle. There's obviously no guarantee that it's going to go to 10,000, because if it was, you could bet everything on it and you would get super rich. But there are no guarantees, right? There's no guarantee that it couldn't stop right here and crash tomorrow. Obviously that's unlikely in my opinion, but I think somewhere between the $4,000 and $10,000 is a realistic projection for ETH this cycle. And then as a result, that would mean that the other altcoins still have further upside to go. So let me know what you think in the description. How high do you think ETH is going to go this year in 2021? Leave your prediction down below. And what I'll actually do at the end of this year is I will come back to the comments, and whoever was closest to the ETH prediction, making their prediction this month in April 2021, whoever had the closest to what it's actually going to end up achieving this year, I will give them $200 in Ethereum at the end of the year. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Smash the like button, turn it blue. Also, make sure to get on my email list, sign up for my free crypto masterclass. It's the first link in the description below. When you get on there, you'll also be on my email list, and I can send you updates whenever I upload a video or I have something cool to share with you about the crypto market. And finally, if you're doing anything with crypto and you have more than a few $1,000s invested in crypto, or you plan to invest a few $1,000s, then I think it's a no-brainer to join my Intelligent Cryptocurrency membership. It's basically an all-inclusive membership where you have courses, tutorials. I write a monthly newsletter with updates and insights and research. I share my own personal buy and sell movements, my own portfolio holdings, and we have a private Discord chat group where you get direct access to me, but also to 600 other cryptocurrency investors from all around the world. We're in there every day. We're sharing info. We're looking at coins. We're helping each other out. So really, if you need support and you need guidance and you want the best chance to help you increase your success with crypto, join Intelligent Cryptocurrency. You'll get all the info when you sign up for my free masterclass. So once again, first link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome weekend, and I will see you in the next video.